The reality behind closed doors is very different. A lot of high-performing people are quietly collapsing physically and mentally while still functioning professionally. I just need to grind and finish this one project, then I'll have more time and start prioritizing my health. And then another project comes up. Amsterdam professionals are not out of shape because they lack discipline. They're out of shape and low on energy because somewhere between career, family, and responsibility, they stopped prioritizing themselves. And I've been there myself, waking up early in the morning, trying to fit in my workout session, dropping the kids at school, and then finally rushing to work. Most of us are productive, ambitious, building businesses, working corporate jobs, and still trying to show up every single day. So we're not sitting down at home doing nothing. We're managing teams and our families constantly. So from the outside, it probably looks like you're winning, you're doing well. But the reality behind closed doors is very different. A lot of high-performing people are quietly collapsing physically and mentally while still functioning professionally. And because you're still functioning, you think everything is fine, that it's okay. I've been in a situation where I thought, okay, I just need to grind and finish this one project, then I'll have more time and start prioritizing my health. How many of you have had that before? And then another project comes up. The dangerous part of this is when you start normalizing poor sleep, constant stress, high cortisol, brain fog, back pain, low energy, digestive issues, anxiety, and even emotional exhaustion. Then we call it hustling. And honestly, modern culture rewards this behavior. If you're constantly busy, people praise you. If you're sacrificing sleep for work, people admire your ambition. If your schedule is completely chaotic, people assume you're important. But eventually, the body starts collecting payment for that kind of lifestyle. And I see this all the time with busy professionals. People wait until something breaks, that your energy crashes, confidence drops, your posture gets worse, your body starts hurting, and one day they look in the mirror and realize, I completely lost control of myself. Then there's the panic, right? And this is where most people make the biggest mistakes. They attack fitness and health emotionally. So they start indulging in quick fixes, extreme diets, like cutting out all the carbs, training 5 to 6 times a week, cold plunges, fasting trends, and buying supplements they have no clue about. Basically, they're trying to fix years of damage in 4 weeks. And honestly, I think the fitness industry has massively failed with busy professionals because most fitness content online is designed for single people, fitness influencers, bodybuilders, or people whose entire lifestyle revolves around the gym. We all know them, gym rats. But that's not real life for most Amsterdam professionals. We are busy out here trying to balance career, relationships, meetings, family, travels, stress, social life, you name it, and mental overload. So when a fitness coach says, just wake up 5 in the morning and train 5 days a week, that sounds motivational online, but completely unrealistic in real life. So what happens then? You fail before you even start. The bar is set too high. And when the plan fails you, you start believing you're lazy, you have no discipline, and you can't even keep your own word to yourself. What that does is it damages your character, and your self-confidence goes out the window. But there's good news. Most of the time, it's not you. It's the system you were sold to, because it never matched your actual lifestyle anyway. And this is the biggest thing I've learned coaching people over the years. If a fitness system collapses every time life gets stressful, then it was never sustainable to begin with. See, what people don't realize is stress isn't an exception anymore. It's part of a modern lifestyle. So instead of building fantasy routines, we need to build systems around reality. That's why at Beyondfit, we focus heavily on structure instead of intensity. Intensity might impress people for a short time, but structure changes people permanently. This is a huge difference, guys. Very huge difference. Because a motivated person can train hard for 2 weeks, but a structured person can transform their entire life over 2 years. And honestly, that's where real confidence comes from. Not from superficial results like a six-pack or big biceps, but from changing the person inside who is carrying that body. It's a change of identity, knowing that you are physically capable, emotionally stable, disciplined and in control of your health and life. What that does is it changes how you see yourself and therefore how you lead, how you think, how you show up in your relationships, but also how you perform in business. Your health literally affects everything. And I think most busy professionals underestimate this deeply. When your nervous system is constantly overloaded, your decision making is impacted. Your patience changes, your emotional regulation changes, and even your ambition changes. I've seen entrepreneurs become less creative because they're mentally exhausted all the time. I've seen professionals lose confidence because their body constantly feels inflamed and tired. I've seen people become disconnected from themselves because they've spent years neglecting the one thing that extends their life. Guys, there's no amount of motivational fitness content that can solve that. This is why I personally believe recovery is one of the most underrated forms of discipline. Anyone can destroy themselves, but building sustainable health while managing a demanding life, that takes intelligence. I think there's even a Bible scripture that speaks deeply into this. I think it's Mark 8:36. It says, "What does it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul?" And I think many modern professionals are slowly doing that physically, building careers, making money, growing businesses, but sacrificing peace, health, energy, clarity, relationships, and long-term well-being in the process, till the body forces them to stop. We call that burnout. And suddenly, health becomes the most important thing again. This is why I believe health should never be treated like a side project, something you do when you have time, because it affects your energy, relationships, performance, mindset, and ultimately the quality of your life. That's why Beyondfit is not built around hardcore gym culture, fitness trends, or influencer aesthetics. It's built around helping business professionals regain structure, energy, confidence, and most of all, sustainability. Honestly, you don't need another motivational speech. What you need is guidance, accountability, and realistic systems, and someone who understands the pressure you are living under. And if you're listening to this right now and you constantly feel tired, stressed, mentally overloaded, physically disconnected, or stuck in cycles of starting and stopping, maybe nobody ever helped you build a system that actually fits your real lifestyle. If you're looking for a coach who understands your situation, get in contact with us at Beyondfit and let's see how we can support you one step at a time. I'm David Billy from Beyondfit, and remember, always protect your most valuable asset, you, because everything else depends on it. Have a great day.